Hey, what's up, guys? I am Vashish Kapoor, and today we are going to talk about UpCloud, how you can start your own website with a powerful server on UpCloud, and how you can get your $25 credit from UpCloud using my referral link, using my referral code, and from there, how you will create your own server. And once your server is ready, how you will install Cyberpanel on it, how you'll host multiple websites on it, and then get your website launched with a free SSL certificate. So hold on and let's go ahead and see this video thoroughly so that you can learn how to onboard yourself properly with UpCloud. So guys, as you can see, I have also hosted my own website on UpCloud, and UpCloud offers very cheap cloud hosting servers, and you can get it for $5 per month, as low as $5 per month. So you can also read my review that I have written on my website, and if you are ready to get started, when you click on that button, you will land on this screen, and here you can fill up all the information about yourself to get started and sign up on UpCloud. Type your username, email address, phone number, password, and let the promo code be there. It will give you $25 of credit to start with. So once you are done with filling up your details, then it's the time to fill up your valid credit card details. If you have a credit card details, go ahead, fill it up, and click on the start now button. Make sure to choose the right country and choose this I'm not robot, and then go ahead with start now. It will take a few seconds and you will see the welcome screen, welcome to UpCloud, and you are all done. So once you see this screen, go back to your email and you will see the email is right there in your inbox, where you see the welcome to UpCloud email. And from here now you can log in to your UpCloud panel, and to do that you can just click on login and type your username, password, and hit login button. Once you will log in, you will see that you are into the free trial mode right now. So you have $25 of credits, but you can't use it until and unless you add that $10 top up for the first time. So you need that one-time payment. So to do that, you can go to simply billing, and inside billing you can see you have $25 credits, and you are in the free trial mode, which is limited features. So click on one-time payment. You will see this manual one time. Your card is already there. Choose credit card. Change the currency, your preference, as per your preference, and click on pay now. It will prompt you before you pay, and once you click on pay now, it will open up a pop-up, and there as we always do, we have to put that OTP that we receive for making transaction. And once we do that, once I did that, you can see that my account was successfully activated and it was no more in the free trial mode. So let's just put the OTP here, click on submit, and the payment will be processed in a moment, and it is just $10. And once you pay $10, you will get $25 more. And now, as you can see, I have $35 of credit, and I can use it for 7 months straight by using just the $5 per month server. So from here now you can create your own server to start. So on your dashboard you will see this deploy server button. Just click this button and you will get a whole lot of wizard to deploy your first UpCloud cloud server. So first of all, you can choose a location, your preferred location. I choose Netherlands, Amsterdam always for the best latency. And then you need to choose your plan. $5 per month plan gives you 1 core CPU and 1 GB of RAM. And then just leave this storage section that you get already in the plan. And if you need automated backups, you can just turn it on and it will charge you like 20% of the plan. For $5 it would be $1, and $10 server it will be $2 per month. So now you need to choose the preferred operating system you want on your server. I would prefer Ubuntu server for hosting websites, not because it is so good, just because that's my personal preference and I use it for all the servers I host any website. So in this login method you can just choose password only, or if you have a SSH key and you are an advanced user, then you can go ahead choose SSH keys also. But for now I'm choosing the password only method and send password to do not send. But if you choose email, you will get an email with the password and IP address of the server. And host name is basically to help you identify the servers when there are so many in your dashboard. So you can simply type your website name if you want it to be identified with that name, and that's up to your preference how you want it to be. And once you are satisfied, click on deploy, and it will take like few seconds to start deploying the server. Once it is deployed, you will see the IP and password right there. So once our server is ready, we can use our Mac terminal to connect with our VPS server. And if you don't have a MacBook, you can use PuTTY on your Windows laptop or desktop and connect to your cloud server. To connect with your cloud server, you just need to simply use the command ssh root at IP and press enter in your terminal. Right now you can see this is the server IP, and I will copy it and type ssh root at the rate of the server IP. When you press enter, you will be prompted to save it as a trusted host key. So you just need to type yes and then press enter. So as you can see, it is asking me to save the fingerprint. So I will type yes and press enter. Now it will ask me the root password, and for the root password I have a notification right here. You can see I will just copy it, paste it and press enter, and woo, I am logged into my very own cloud server on UpCloud. Now from here I can use my first few commands that I always do, or you can always try out to see where you are, who you are, and what permissions you have on your server. So these are not the required commands, you just need to learn it what it does. So apt-get update is when you need to refresh the repositories installed on your servers. So it's just normal command, does nothing much, or it doesn't install anything. Just type ls to see what all files are there, pwd your present working directory, cd to get back to the home directory. Then again you can use all these commands to try out where you are, who you are, and what you can do right here, and what files are there right here in this location. So if you are not even ready for terminal, there is an option to connect through your browser, and you can use open the console connection, and also you can use the VNC console section. You just need to enable it and use a VNC browser. But that's very advanced thing and you may get confused about that. So best thing to do is using terminal or using PuTTY on Windows. So I will just again log into my server and start the installation of CyberPanel, so that we can quickly go ahead and install the CyberPanel and host our websites. So I'm just zooming in the screen to show you the commands more clearly. Just Google search install CyberPanel, and it will give you one single command to install CyberPanel as a whole. and you need to watch it carefully because it asks me some questions and you need to keep your eye on it, what I answered when. So when I paste the command and press enter, it starts the installation wizard and it will ask me questions like install CyberPanel. I will press 1 and enter, and then again press 1 and enter, and then it will ask me install full service CyberPanel. Yes, press enter. Do you want to set up remote MySQL? Press no, or just simply press enter. Then in the version section I also pressed enter, and then in the password section I will choose to use the default 12345677 and choosing yes in both the things, Redis, Memcached and Watchdog also. So I chosen yes for all the last three questions. So now it will automatically be working and it will be installing everything that is needed to host a website. It can be it can be Apache, it can be Lightspeed, MySQL, or Firewaldy, and so many things it will install on the server, and it will take like for 15 to 20 minutes most probably. And once it is done you will see a prompt. So I will just fast forward it from here so that you can see when it is done and what is the process after that. So guys, it honestly takes a lot of time to get it installed, and once it's done you will see a prompt like this, and you will be asked to would you like to restart your server now or not. I will press no and press enter. Then you just need to copy this text. This is very important information about your server. The main CyberPanel admin password and the web admin password that you will need for the future. Okay, so I'm just pasting it in a notepad for now, but you need to store it is at a safe place where however you keep your password safe. Can be like Google Sheets or anything that you prefer. So right now the password is 12345667. So we need to change this password also, but first let's just log into web admin panel and also in the CyberPanel. So web admin panel that opens on 7080 port is the very plain open Lightspeed panel. You would need to log into this panel all the time. This is the main important panel that you always will need to log into to be able to add websites and do a lot of stuff in your server. So right now I'm just going to show you both the panels. This is web admin panel. Once you log in it looks like this, and we don't need to do much here, right? I will just log into this main CyberPanel dashboard with a password which is right now admin and 12345667. So normally it doesn't open on a secure path because so on a server you can install an SSL certificate. So I will do another video in the future to show you how you can use your own domain on CyberPanel instead of an IP. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. So simply you can go to users and click on view profile. Right now there is the default profile with CyberPanel name, and we need to change it with your very own contact details and everything, custom password also. So just you can use edit profile option, choose that user and type all your details. From here now you can generate a password, copy it from here, save it to your safe place, and then click on modify user. So as you can see, I have changed the password and I will save it to this safe place, right? Okay. So now let's just quickly add your website to this server, and it will be ready to host a WordPress website. And from here you can just click on create a website, and before that you need to make sure that your domain that you are going to host on this server is already pointing to the server IP address. Make sure you add a record like this if you are using Cloudflare. If not, you can just set the a record to your server IP address in whichever DNS record you are using. So right now you just choose default package, owner as admin, type the domain name here, type your email address, and you need to choose the PHP version. I will choose PHP 7.4 right now. And then you can choose from these additional features. I will just check all of them and then click on create a website. Just make sure if you're choosing SSL certificate option, then you have to have the IP address in the a record already. If not, the SSL will fail and you will be disappointed, and you will be wondering why your website is not showing secured. So make sure you already have the a records setup done, and then you click on create a website in your Cyberpanel. And once you hit the create website, it takes a little bit of moment to properly install the website, and it will as you can see, it is setting up the SSL, and it will do all the virtual host configuration for you, and you don't have to worry about anything on the server. So once the installation of a website is successful, you will see a prompt like this, and from here now you can go to websites and choose the list websites menu, and you will see that the website is right here, and you can from here visit your website and it will show up the default Cyberpanel page. Now you can go ahead and install a PHP website, or let's say a HTML website, or you can also install WordPress inside the Cyberpanel. So let me show you how you can do that. Just click on this manage icon, and when you will click it, you will see the options to customize this website and configure this website. And scrolling down below on this page, you will see the file manager. So if you have already hosted a website before, the file manager is the place where you can upload files and rename, move, or do a lot of stuff for your website. And if you want to host a HTML website, you can simply edit the code, upload files, images, and everything right here in the directory. And if you just want to go ahead and install a WordPress on this website, so there is also an option on the bottom of the page to install WordPress with LS Cache. Just type your blog title, choose a login username, choose a login password as well, and then you need to choose a email for the admin user. And once you choose the admin email, just click on install now. You need to leave the path field empty to install in the root directory. Now again, when you click on the install button, it takes a few moments to install everything, the SQL database and all the files you need to for the WordPress site. And it also installs the LS Cache plugin, and once it's done, you will see a prompt like this, successfully installed. And now you can visit your website and it will open the default WordPress page. I'll just reload, and you can see this is the default WordPress page. And now I can log into my WordPress website. From here just go to your domain /wp-admin and type your admin username and password, and whoops, you will be logged into the dashboard. From here now you can manage your website, add posts, add pages. So basically this is the place where you have to manage your website, install plugins, themes and everything, and take it further from here and make a successful blog or a website, whatever you want to host. And now I'm just giving you a quick example of how you can migrate your existing website to this server. So for example, I had coworks.com already on a different server, and I downloaded its backup using the Updraft plugin. So I'm installing it again in this server, and once I install it, it will have an option to back up my current website that I did in the old website. So I have all the files that I created from this plugin, and now I will upload all those files here. So I just choose all the files that I downloaded from the previous website on a different server, and now I'm just uploading it on this server. So my backup files are not so heavy, so it will take a few minutes to upload all these files. So for now I have fast forwarded this video in this section, but it will be uploaded as per your connection speed. So once all the files are uploaded, you will be able to restore that backup to the current website, current server. This plugin is pretty cool. I use this plugin Updraft Plus for all the migrations I do for my own websites. So as you can see now, my backup is uploaded, and now I need to click on the restore button, and it will work like fab for me to restore the backup on this server. You can check all the files and then click on this restore, and now you need to check all these checkboxes. Once you check all of them, and then click on the next button. Clicking next will give you some warning kind of stuff, and if there's not much like this, then go ahead and the wizard will work for you and will be restoring everything for you. Now as you can see, it is restoring the database, plugins, themes and everything. Once it is done, it can give you a warning like this, that not found error is coming on this website. So to simply fix this error, if you are getting error in your website, you only need to do one single thing that I will tell you now. But let's first just open this and show you what it means. It means that the page is giving 404 error. So I will go to my cyber panel, and from here now you just need to go to server status, and in the server status you will see Lightspeed status, and in Lightspeed status just click on the reboot Lightspeed, and once it's reloaded, just reload your page and it will start working as it was working before. So as you can see, this working very fast, very quick, and Lightspeed server is the best server to host a WordPress website. So hope you guys like this video. If you learned something new in this video, please like my video. For more videos, please feel free to subscribe my channel, and if you have any questions, definitely you can ask in the comments section below, and I will see you in next video. So guys, down below in the description of this video are my referral link to Upcloud. Using those links you will get $25 of free credits to use on Upcloud. So go ahead and start migrating your website on Upcloud. Tell me how your experience is in the comment below. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.